parfaits, stuff like that. I've been like obsessed with parfaits lately, and just if I, yeah, I've just been ordering like that type of thing. Like it has unhealthy stuff here and there, but overall it's like healthier than a lot of other fast foods or whatever else I'm getting.
Yeah.
So I need to pull you up. Are you live yet?
I am live. Yes, here
Hello,
we are
yes,
again.
I see your stuff. Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so is this part of like redoing the panel thing, or?
Kind of. Kind of.
Oh, geez, yours is getting kind of violent.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Shit
Do you have
getting
a
real.
discretion? You should have like a discretion or a warning on your thing.
Oh, what is that? On what thing?
On your Twitch, maybe like violence and stuff like that.
Ooh, I can tell people I'm violent?
Sure.
Wait, how do I do that?
I think you go to edit stream info. There was a way to do it. Like, just kind of give a warning. Hey, it might be for 18 plus, or like, you know, because you're getting into more of like violent scene. So like, don't want you to get in trouble for that.
How do
Or
I
like,
do that? Edit stream.
I thought it was like edit stream info.
I don't see anything on there for this.
That's weird.
Huh.
How to put a disclaimer on Twitch. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to help.
Content warning.
Just to make sure I don't want him to get in trouble for any violent stuff, but it's not too violent. I feel like I feel like that should still be under like.
Oh, I've got mature content turned on.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, it's under if you go to settings and then stream. It's
Oh, okay. So you just automatically have it on. Okay.
Yeah,
I
because
thought
I'm
you
gonna
had
say
to
fuck
change
like
it
a dozen times. So.
Oh, okay. Well, dang. Put mine on a disclaimer that Andy might cuss a lot.
Look, I can't.
Warning, mild cussing, but overall we're gonna try to stay 13 here. PG 13.
Is that like stuff I said when I was 13? Because we're clear.
Yeah, I feel like little kids say that, but let's not try to enforce it.
I'll try my best. Like, God, I was doing a podcast, and they were like, yeah, we're gonna try and keep this like PG-13 stream, and I was like, cool.
I bet you cussed so many times.
I was the first one to cuss because I didn't know that we were trying to do that at the time. Like they said that, but they said it kind of after, and I was like, oh yeah, no, I can definitely not curse on stream after they told me. But before that, oh, my bad.
Well, we'll try to refrain from cussing. But there may be mild cussing.
Mild, yes.
Mild cussing, but like not enough to put a disclaimer. Sailor's mouth. Someone says family friendly and they candy.
Family friendly. I like families. I cannot find the layer that... Oh, it's on the same layer. Oh, okay. I thought it would help me move faster. Not necessarily having the layers done that way, but apparently I was wrong. I was very wrong.
But yeah, so we're both working on webcomics today.
Duh.
Have you have a name for your webcomic yet?
Right now, my working title is Collections. But I recently realized that I've also worked on a short film called Collection.
You did?
Yeah. So.
It's like your brain backtrack.
Yeah. So like, I actually went through like 3 or 4 different titles and concepts before I landed on calling this Collections, but I might have to change it. I don't know. I don't know what the final launch will be. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna try some stuff, but I don't know. I have to accept that my brain is basically made of like Mountain Dew and Pop Rocks at the moment. So.
Dude, it took me forever to like come up with a name for like, okay, so like this series was originally called Kimono Mimi, right? But
Yeah.
like I'm just like that didn't describe enough of what I was trying to portray, and I wanted to portray like diversity, you know, in relationships and just in general of people and personalities and all that stuff and yada yada. And I just felt like, you know, I don't know, this title just came along, like the spectrum of us.
Yeah, which is a wonderful title.
And it's an excuse to use more rainbows.
Absolutely.
So eventually, when I have a little bit of time, there's this like TikTok trend I want to try out with this webcomic, but I haven't gotten around to it. I needed to start posting on Twitch more. Oh, which reminds me, I need to probably need to post the latest thing I drew on TikTok.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, from Simone's commission. Yours is looking really good, like all the action scene going on. Mine is just like, just gossip right now. We're just gossiping right now. This panel, it's just full of gossip, and yours is just like, so much action, packed, like.
That's just the way the story's going at the moment. It's not all going to be like that.
Can you believe how different our styles is? It's like, really cool. How diverse we are, like styles.
Well, we have very different styles.
I remember when we had our one of their conventions together, and like I had just a whole side of like anime type things, and you had like comic style stuff. It was like really cool.
That was fun. Yeah, that's always been part of the fun for me, is seeing you develop your style and everything.
You basically watched me grow up.
You're not wrong.
That's how I feel about this job. Like, I might be leaving soon.
Drop it for the world.
Basically
huh?
grew up there. I worked there for 5 years, so it's crazy.
Yeah. It'll be alright.
Yeah. It's just weird because, like, you kind of feel like you grew up there. It's kind of like, I guess, if people actually liked high school and, like, or the people at high school, how about that? The people, if you actually liked the people at high school and then you left everyone, it was just kind of hard. Or, like, college, it was kind of hard. I feel like it was easier on college because you're still hanging out with people that you're friends with. Compared to, like, high school. High school is, like, the big split, like...
I don't know. I could not get out of high school fast enough, so.
I actually like some people in high school. I mean, granted, we don't talk anymore. There's one one person I ran into, they used to go to my high school. Ever since I like started coming back to my hometown and like actually going out like to places, and everyone's like working around here. And I forget, oh yeah, this is like, you know, where I went to high school. So of course they're gonna find jobs around here. I'm over here like trying to run away, and literally this job is like 30 minutes away from like my hometown. So I'm like, I don't expect to see anyone I know here, which is good. Like people from college, because that's where it's closer to, but not people from my hometown. So really, like once in a while, I'll have some people in high school hit me up, but like they have a family and stuff, and they're all like, they're getting married, or you know, or they're moving up in their own way, and
Yeah, that's how it all works. You get used to it.
yeah.
You'll be all right. Everything will work out fine.
Yeah. One of these, so I did tell like all my close people to me that like I was possibly leaving this job eventually. And one really close guy, that I'm friends with, he's just like, you better tell me when your last day is. I'm like, I'm going to say goodbye. I'm not gonna straight up and leave. Like, I might straight up and leave some people, like, but not some other people. So not some other people, I'm like, you know, I'm definitely gonna miss you. They're like, you know, I don't know, it's like one of those, like, you know, I've been there for 5 years, but then like, because I'm kind of feel like I'm the OG there, like, I've been helping all the new people after COVID, so it's like they're like my babies.
Yeah. Like I said, I can understand it. It's hard, but it gets better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shit. Putting in the wrong layer. In the wrong layer.
True enough, Soren. Appreciate that.
Oh wow. Yeah,
Granted, I did tell some of them, like, we are hanging outside eventually of, you know, work. That, you know, some of them are your work hell buddies, so, like, you might not ever see them again, but, you know, you may cross paths. It's ironic, I always have, like, a book in this character's hand, but he, like, his, like, eyes are always covered.
Yeah, it only took me like 15 minutes to get the to get this looking kind of bright and formatting. That's always fun.
I'm liking this scene. I like that explosion effect. I really do. Like, that, my eye has been caught on that panel you're working on, where it's like, I like it.
I'm
Like
glad.
shiny, colorful things.
Like shiny.
I definitely like a colorful aspect, like in a, like anything in a game, in a comic. Like, I'm definitely a visual person when it comes to anything like that. Like, I will straight up, like, not, except for, like, manga, I don't mind, but, like, because it's meant to be black and white, but it's, like, you know, anything that's like, it has to be like a colorful game, like a cute, colorful game. If it's like, you know, Dark Souls, I cannot get into that type of game. Like, it's so dark. Like, literally, I mean, I know that it's the theme, but it's like, it's just not aesthetically pleasing to me. And I get a lot of anxiety because, like, apparently it's a hard game. It's one of those, like, games that challenges you and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, that's not the type of game. I'm like one of those gamers who like to build things and make things cute and
It's understandable.
customize. And the only place I really probably like killing is like, I don't play a lot of first-person shooters anymore, but like, because only of my like motion sickness. But
Yeah.
like, League has been something that's been fun to just mindlessly kill. Otherwise, I like customization games.
I feel that. My taste in games has changed a lot over the last few years. I don't play anywhere near as much like FPS stuff as I used to.
So I kind of feel bad. My boyfriend was trying to get me into Valorant, and I was trying to get him to League, and I know they're under the same company and everything. But like, I physically actually couldn't play Valorant. Like, I don't know if it was because like I had no control. You know how like it's very sensitive. The mouse is very sensitive. Like, I'm used to playing like
Yeah.
first person like on a controller, but like this is on my PC. So I don't know if there's like different factors to it. But like, I couldn't. When I moved, it didn't want to move exactly how I wanted to. Like, it made me move too fast. Like, the screen moved too fast. I couldn't really control. Like, when I'm not in control, I feel like I'll get motion sick. It's like driving a car. I'm in control, I won't get motion sickness. If someone else is driving, I will get motion sickness because I'm not in control.
Yeah.
That makes any sense. So
No, yeah, it does. It does.
that's how my motion sick works.
I think it
Especially
works that way
if
for
I'm
a lot of
dehydrated.
people.
Yeah. But yeah, because I feel like I don't have the control, or like the screen is just not moving how I'm expecting to move. Like, for example, Pokemon Snap, like there was a little bit of control once I got used to it, but overall it did kind of start giving me a little bit of motion sick because all the crazy moving.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this is background recycling, guys. I'm just redoing this background, which I already did.
This is the way we meet deadlines, meet deadlines, meet deadlines.
It was basically the same background, so I'm using it.
Look, if it's good enough for big budget animation, it's good enough for us.
Yes. Recycling backgrounds.
I guess I'm doing kind of a combination of recycling some of it and not recycling some of it. Just because I want some of my stuff to be at like a slightly different angle that I can't
definitely.
recycle.
Yeah.
Well,
Luckily, mine is not, you know, action. So, like, I mean, I could feel like that piece of, you know, that bigger scene where you, I guess, establish the background. You could definitely use that many times over in different positions and stuff. So.
yeah, and I have, and I am like that. That's just kind of. I guess that's why that's the. I guess that's my background in animation. Like, you do an establishing shot, and then you've got your background ready to go. Like, you don't even have to put backgrounds in a lot of times after you've gotten that establishing shot in, because people kind of fill in for it, like in their minds. Doing storyboarding and stuff like that's it's kind of a weird thing to know that like people are just going to put the background in, and there are times when it's not there and they couldn't tell you it wasn't there unless you specifically asked them to look. But if you don't have an establishing shot, you can really screw yourself up.
Sometimes my establishing shot could be like outside, like the building or whatever, and then I have to have just enough information where it's like I kind of know where they are anyway.
Yeah, Yeah, and again, for your style, that I'm sure that works a bit better than it would like for my style.
Yeah, yours is definitely more detailed and stuff.
But I mean, at the same time, the principle is the same. If you establish a location and people understand what that location is, and it's not a weird like alien landscape or something, then you don't have to put as much work into continuing to tell people where you are. But the general rule is, if you have a scene change, you do a new establishing shot.
Yeah.
And that's kind of all you really need. Like, you could do more, but you don't have to.
Yeah.
And like, even now, like I'm kind of scumbag in the way I'm I'm doing this. So I'm like, oh yeah, I want my floor reflection, but I don't
like how
go through
like
the
your ass needs more power with the rocket aspect. I'm like, it's not enough power. And like, I know I used to take Taekwondo, but I know you probably have more experience with like martial arts than I do, because I've only taken it for a few years. But like the mechanics and the momentum of that, it's like not necessary. But it's like,
so
I see what you're trying to do.
Well, okay, so with this character, like her ability is to pull things basically out of like a storage space, right? So like she can materialize different things, and in this exact instance, she's going for overkill. Like, this is not like I want to hurt you. This is I want to obliterate you. So she is swinging the rocket-powered axe.
What is that Mortal Kombat saying at the end? Like, fatality or something?
Yeah, she's going for a brutality here. She wants to split this dude in two, and then take a chunk of the floor out with it. Like, that's the point of this. That's why she dropped the small knives. Because that's what she initially, like, pulled from the archive. And she was like, okay, I'm gonna cut you. And then she was like, but you know what else I could do? I could just really mess you up. And, I personally feel like sometimes overkill is the right kill.
Yeah. You need to start screen sharing what you're doing too. Maybe that won't hurt the whole setup. My laptop can't handle all this stuff.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
Trying to support a fellow artist.
I appreciate it. Don't mess your system up.
But do check him out though. Fire Force, that's the same thing that created Soul Eater, right? I feel like after Soul Eater there was just nothing else they could have done that was
What?
I don't know. So as far as I say, I'm watching the second season of Fire Force and it's as bad as I remember. Isn't Fire Force by the same
It is.
Soul Eaters? Like there's Soul Eater Not, and then there's Soul Eater, and then there's like Fire Force, and I'm just like, I don't know. Nothing was as appealing as Soul Eater, the OG. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and like the fact that they kind of did the anime dirty, ending it where they did when the manga kept going and got so good was not was not okay.
So you read the manga and everything. I kind of like
Yeah.
it's very blurry because I watched that stuff when I was like in middle school. So, like for example, I didn't realize like Fruits Basket didn't end because I was like, well, I watched it in middle school and I kind of felt like, I finished it, but like,
Yeah.
like they only stopped the season. I felt like there was like a missing chunk. I thought, that I was missing information or whatever. Turns out they never finished. They never finished Fruits Basket, and then when they made the remake, and now they're actually trying to finish it and stuff.
Son of a bitch. Maybe I went in the wrong layer. Yep, I did.
Oh no!
Okay. Luckily, it's not so bad.
Oh geez, the very beginning. Sasori says her baby brother got to.
Wait, what?
Her baby brother got into Naruto, like the old Naruto. I'm like, yeah, the original stuff. Like, now that's I grew. You know what's weird is like I really do feel like I grew up with Naruto, especially like, in the times like when I watched Naruto as a kid. I was a kid when I watched Naruto Shippuden. I was a teenager when he's an adult. Like when Boruto came out, he's an adult, and now I'm an adult, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm literally growing up with Naruto, and it's such a weird feeling to grow up with a fictional character.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And it's like he's living his dream, like as an adult and everything, and I'm like, I'm living my dream as an adult. So the only thing is like, okay, so weirdly enough, watching Boruto, it's like it kind of makes me want to have kids, but like, no, back out. I don't really want to have kids. That
Alert,
is not
alert.
It's like the thought of it seems nice because the anime just makes it seem like, oh, everything's all nice, and no, it's not. It's freaking not. And I'm fully aware of that reality. It's just like, the thought of it, like, I guess seeing it just seems like, oh, that must be nice, but it's not nice. Like,
Yeah,
nothing against people having kids. I cannot handle having a kid of my own. Having 2 fur babies is enough. I just feel like I wouldn't have time. I'm not in a place for children. Like, I might want them one day, maybe, but not right now.
yeah.
But
I
it's
told,
like very unlikely.
Yeah, I told my wife that like when I can be like Batman and I can just go buy kids, then that's when I feel
Oh
like
my
I'm ready
gosh.
for them. No, I mean like because kids are like stupid expensive. So if you can't go pay for them, then like that could be bad, you know. Could be real
Yeah.
bad.
So Soren says I had to raise my siblings, all 3 of them. 2 not fully, but 1 to adult age, and it sucks. Plus he didn't come out right, so
Damn.
yes, cats are cheaper. They are a handful. My cat misbehaves more than my dog. Like, why is that? Like, why is my cat more misbehaving than my dog?
Because it's a cat.
True. It's like the cat like has a mind of his own. Like he just does whatever he wants. Now this wasn't really getting in trouble thing, but I don't know what he was doing. He was trying to I think he was falling, and I think he was trying to climb like onto me to get in my lap. But what he ended up doing was clawing my back, and trying to climb my back, but ended up falling anyway. Like, cat messes you up.
That's a very cat thing to do.
He messed up bad. He was like trying to get on me, but he was like, nope, not succeeding, and he just falls. Then he just walks off like casually, like nothing happened. I'm like, you literally messed me up. You literally like messed up my drawing, scratched me up, like literally scared the crap out of me. And he's just walking away all chill, like that didn't work, but we'll try again later. He will understand no though. when I do tell him no, he will back off. Like, he knows better. Like, there's a plant in the living room, and he keeps trying to eat it. Usually he's pretty good about it. Once I tell him, like, no once or twice, he's usually like, okay, Mama said no, I'm not gonna bother. Like, if he gets near my food, it's like one no and he'll back off. Like, he knows better. And usually he's pretty chill about, like, if the food's there and, like, he actually doesn't touch it, he knows better. But sometimes he can't help it, but he'll be a little curious and smell it. I'm like, hell no, don't touch my food. However, he's pretty chill when I have, like, food and stuff like that. I gotta be careful about, like, leaving milk. Sometimes I have, like, cravings for milk. And just, like, I'll accidentally leave that out and then, like, turn around, he's in it. And I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, that's a very cat thing. Everything you just said is like
Yeah,
maximum
very cat thing.
Much cat, very meow. Is that a thing? Is that a thing we do? We say? I don't know anymore.
I don't know either.
I don't know what's happening today. Just you have to forgive me. My brain's not cooperating with anything else.
I know your wife is allergic, but if she wasn't, would she want, like, cats or anything?
Probably. I mean, she's like me. She grew up with pets.
Maybe
Like-
developed it. I feel like I'm slightly allergic. Like, to, like, maybe the dandruff or something. Like, maybe I'll, like, you know, get itchy and a rash or, like... But him being around doesn't bother me. It's just if, like, you know, if he's on me too much or whatever. Or...
Yeah.
But it's kind of sad to be, like, a little allergic to your children.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of parents are allergic to their kids. They just won't admit it.
My other baby, Malloy, he's just asleep right now.
The good child.
He sleeps okay, so I don't like his schedule because he is, like, more active at night, like a cat. And I'm like, dude, you're not a cat. He sleeps all day, and then at night, it's like he's, like, consistently, like, I guess, just energetic. I'm like, we need to get rid of that shit in the morning, not during, you know, opposite times or whatever. I also think that, like, someone's creeping around the house or something because the dog's acting weird at night at a certain time, and this is really creepy. But I was like, one day the dogs were barking, I went outside, and, like, you know, there's fences or whatever, and behind the fence, we kind of live right next to, like, a creek, not a creek, it is a creek, but it's like, okay, so we kind of live in the suburbs, so it's like a lot of trees. And then, like, downhill is a creek, so we live right next to, like, the nature, basically. And then the other side of the house is houses. It's just that we happen to live next to all this. And, like, behind the fence, there's, like, they're not big trees, they're, like, I don't know, like, I guess baby trees. Just enough to, like, go over, like, 2 or 3 feet over the fence. And the fence is, like, a good 7 feet. 6 feet, 7 feet. I want to say 7 feet. I'm just short, so everything seems taller than me. And so I was like wondering what they were barking at, and as soon as I walked out there, I saw, like, the trees shift. Like, it wasn't like this, no raccoon. This, like, seemed like a human trying to get out of there. Like, it was a big creature. Like, I'm like, whatever shifted that tree, like, it was. You know, this is not, like, this tree was big enough where it's, like, a small creature couldn't have just shifted this tree. Like, it's something big enough to shift, like, completely, like, oh, I'm out of here. Let me move this tree aside a bit and get out of here. And I was like, what the heck? Like, something's out here. And then every night, like, Malloy goes crazy and he wants to go out. And it's like he's chasing something behind the fence. I remember this is at night. You don't see anything. It's just darkness on the other side. The only light is from the back, like, kind of coming off our house because, you know, we have, like, a backyard light, and it's just like we don't see anything past the fence. Okay, it's just darkness, and maybe, like, some of the taller trees reflecting the light, and that's it. So like when you see these trees shifting, you know, it's just I don't know. I'm just like there's something out there that comes every night, and
Well,
there's
I
something
mean,
out there.
yeah, there's you live in a place with animals, like
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Like there has been like a lot of stray cats and stuff like that.
yeah.
We
I
used to
mean,
take care of a lot of them.
I grew up in the sticks. Like you get used to seeing random animals do random
Oh
animal
yeah,
shit.
yeah. But this was a big creature. Like this was no cat. Like a cat couldn't shift a tree this big. You know what I'm saying?
It was probably a
Like
deer.
a deer. You think so?
Yeah.
Because we live. Yeah, I mean, it could be. It's
Uh,
just there's not enough. Like I feel like it's more woods. It's not forest where we
but
live.
well, no, that's I mean deer
Mm,
kind of go
yeah,
everywhere.
true, true. I don't
If
know
it's
the
annoying and it's in the bushes, it's probably a deer.
Yeah.
Um,
But you think they would react to the dogs barking?
it depends. Like when so where
Like no, it's like it didn't move. This thing didn't want to move until I got out there. Cause I went out there, it was like, "What's going on?" And like, "What are you guys barking at?" And it's like that's when the creature decided to leave.
well yeah, like it's
It's
probably
so
used to the
creepy, like
dogs.
barking like crazy. Yeah,
Yeah. So like
they can't
when
touch me.
yeah no well no like where when I used to live out in the sticks, our dogs would play with the damn deer because they were so
Oh
used to
my
each
goodness.
other. So like
Yeah.
they'd be causing a ruckus and shit, just running around in the backyard with the damn deer. And then if
Mhm.
I went out there, the deer would be like, "Oh crap, we're gonna get eaten," and they leave.
Oh, okay.
So like, yeah, I had a dog. We actually had two dogs that ran like deer. Like they would like do the little hop, like
Oh
deer
my
hop when
gosh,
they
that's so
run,
cute.
because
Yeah,
they
that's
played with them
cute.
so much.
You know what's weird? Malloy is like gentle, but he's like a killer. Like I mean that in like you when it's like a small creature, he will go after it. Like a squirrel, like it's normal, of course, like a squirrel, something like that. But it's like he's used to our cats, but as soon as he sees another cat, he's just like, you know, gets curious, stuff like that. We went to my aunt's house and she has like two stray cats she takes care of. And she has like this really pretty garden she set up in the back. Um, it literally looks like a botanical garden. I'm not exaggerating. Like I don't know what is up with my family, but every single member of my family around here, they have their backyards like a botanical garden. I'm not kidding. Like literally, I just need to like take a video and send you. Just go to all my aunt's house and just send you each botanical garden that they set up. Like it's like a full scale botanical garden enough to fit their backyard. And I'm just like some of them have like little ponds, you know, like fruits growing, trees growing, all that stuff. I don't know if that's just an Asian thing to do, but literally, one of my aunts has a bridge, like over like a small river.
Ugh.
Yeah, they're like this is some like they went out of their way to do this stuff. Like I'm proud of them. They're doing something they really like, and you know. But anyway, I there was a point to that, and then I lost it.
Botanical gardens.
Oh yeah, there you go. Talking about my dog.
Ah, yes, the dogs.
Yeah. Yeah, Malloy was chasing down the cats, and I'm like, I don't know. It's like he is completely fine with our cats. Like he don't even touch our cats. Like he doesn't like even bother. And then when like Aiden bothers him, he just ignores him completely. Like you don't exist to me. But when it's of course another creature, he's like all like, what is this and stuff like that. And I know it's like a natural thing to do. When we were like, when I was living more in the woods or whatever, he found a nest of rabbits, and the mother ran away, and I think like all the little bunnies were like injured. They tried to like help one of them, but they died before, you know. I don't know what he did to them, but it was just like he's got some hunting instinct. I feel like some dogs, especially when their hunting instincts come in, they don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, some of them, I mean, a lot of dogs are just bred for that.
Yeah. Okay, let me tell you something. This is the cutest thing, but it's kind of cruel that we keep taking advantage of him like this. So we have a rice dispenser. Um, and whenever we press it, there's like buttons or whatever, and it's like creaky too, because it's like an old rice dispenser. We've had this thing for like ever, and it's very creaky. And when you press a button, it dispenses a certain amount of rice. You can choose, how much rice you want to dispense, and it'll just go. You know the sound of rice when it's hitting like plastic. It'll go like clatter, clatter, stuff like that. I'm not very good at the
Clap,
onomatopoeia
clap.
stuff. Yeah, I'm not good at the onomatopoeia stuff. Look, just know what I mean.
No, I got
It's making that like clatter clatter sound at the same time, and the creakiness. And Malloy freaks out. Like I'm telling you, like he'll be laying down, and he'll like we don't have carpet. We have like what's like stainless wood floor or something, and he will like just do that like what is it, that cartoon run, like you know that dog
Skitter
cartoon run where
scatter
it's like
run?
they're stuck in one spot
Yeah.
because he's trying to go so fast that he's slipping on his claws are literally slipping on the stainless like floor,
Yeah.
right? And like he's trying to see what it is, because whenever we get rice and press it, he will freak out and go up there and will like try to look into the machine and like what is it and you keep pressing it, he keep turning his ear. He's like, so he thinks there's something in there, like he thinks there's some kind of maybe a rat or something in there, I don't know. He thinks there's some like creature in there, and he's just like, I gotta know what it is, like. And it's like the way of freaking him out is just so cute and funny, and it's just like now we just kind of do it to show people, and it's
So mean.
I was freaked out at first when he did that the first time. My mom was dispensing some rice, and literally, like, he just ran past me, like, breaking out to the rice thing. I was like, what the heck is wrong with you? Like, you're acting like he doesn't usually act like that when there's, like, maybe, like, a fly or, like, something, like, he'll even chase flies and stuff. But he freaked out. Like, he was pushing me and stuff, too, and he doesn't usually push. Like, he's usually, like, aware of his surroundings, but he was like, I don't care. I gotta see what this thing is. And I was like, ever since then, it was just like, the rice dispenser is a trigger for him. Like,
Poor guy.
but yeah, he's such a good dog. When we were moving to the woods, to the suburb, my ex was actually afraid that he wouldn't be able to adjust to the suburbs, but he's just fine. Like he has restrictions. I can even walk outside in the neighborhood and not have a leash on him, which, I mean, I try not to do all the time, but if it's just like a small, quick walk, like to the mailbox, he actually follows and then comes back with me, like, not a problem.
That's good.
But yeah. Granted, he wants to go in the car and go on a trip, but I kind of feel bad. I was like moving the car, and one day, and I was I let Malloy in the car because, like, he loves being in the car, like, loves it since I think I already told you this, but like my sister moved her car. She was trying to leave for work, and so I moved my car back because I had to move it to somewhere else because my mom wanted to cut the grass or whatever, and so after I literally moved the car, which only took like a minute, less than that maybe, I told Malloy to get out of the car, and he just stayed there. He was like, no, we didn't go anywhere. Like, he refused to leave the freaking car, and he just laid there. He literally just like looked at me and just lay down. And I'm like, boy, get out of the car. We're not going anywhere. Like, I'm sorry I tricked you, but I was like telling my sister, my sister was like, why are you putting him in the car? You're just moving the car. I'm like, I want to give him 5 seconds of a sense of adventure. Apparently that wasn't enough. But yeah, there's a park nearby in the next town, so I'm gonna start trying to take him there more. Once things settle down and stuff.
Yeah.
I've been taking on Sundays. I've been taking him over to my aunt's house where I was telling you about the botanical garden, and she has a dog, and they'll just play. So like the garden or whatever, it's like fenced. It's like kind of like all the plants are like fenced off or like protected by like a small like very short fence or something like that. So like the dogs can't really mess with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really pretty. Ooh, the background's looking nice.
Thanks. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with this specific panel now. I had some ideas for what I wanted to do, but I'm not sure if it's what I should do.
Oh my gosh. Just trying to get this one line right. I'm getting better at this talking while drawing thing.
I told you, it just takes practice.
Kind of. Like sometimes I'll have to stop and then like I'm talking with my hands. No one can see me, but I'm just over talking with my hands. So if you see me stop drawing, it's because I'm talking with my hands right now and I can't draw. Like, that seems to be an issue. I'm doing that right now. Oh my gosh.
It'll be alright.
But I am getting better at it. So eventually I'll be like good at talking and drawing.
Honestly, you get used to doing it once you do more conventions and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Talking and draw. Oh gosh, that's the thing I'm gonna have to really work at, like talking and drawing, because like my ADHD be like, I'll be sitting there talking, but I realize I didn't even make a line, like I'm doing right now.
Nah, it gets easier.
Must train myself.
Damn it. I find this acceptable.
Let's see what you got. Zoom out, zoom out.
Nice. I've got a lot of construction to do. This panel will probably take me the rest of my break. So I have to.
How long have you worked on this one panel so far?
Well,
I forget the times you told me.
I just started on this panel. Like I've done this page since we've been streaming, so at least that's going a little bit faster now. alright.
What? Gosh, I can't distinguish the difference between layers right now.
That's never a good sign.
I'm like, which layer are you on?
You know what? I have not run it multiple times. Rub-a-dub this out.
What the? Ooh. Looking nice. So is like, okay, so is the hammer or the axe you're drawing like molten too? Like, is it like heated up?
Yeah. It's fire.
Man, that's definitely an overkill. Everything about this weapon is definitely an overkill.
I know, right? Like,
What is the spiral ring? Is that like a wire or something, or is that just like magic power, or just like aesthetic thing?
it's aesthetics. It's just another part that's gonna glow.
Okay, so
Maybe that's a power converter. I don't know. I thought it looked cool.
honestly, if your comic ever like gets up there and people make that like prop, like that weapon right there as a prop, I would freaking love to see that.
Oh god, yeah, that'd be
Like,
funny as hell.
I would love to see that as an actual prop. Like,
Yeah, I have quite a few weapons. Like, she's kind of gonna be my outlet for like drawing weapons that I just want to see exist. Some of it will be based on real stuff, some of it won't.
but I would love to see someone make that.
I kind of would too. I think they're really cool. I think this guy needs to be closer like this. That's better. You know what? I think we can go with her.
I'm like, what in the world is this line supposed to be? I'm just like, I don't think that was there for that. It just doesn't look good like that. We're just gonna go.
What's that doing? Yeah, I got lost.
Do you ever find those lines and it's like, why are you here? Why did I create you?
Why do you
Like,
exist? Do you exist?
Yeah,
purely
like, were
to
you
taunt
always right
me?
there? Like, I don't remember drawing you. What was your purpose? Like,
Yeah.
you just there?
Yeah, that happens to me a lot, to be honest. Probably way more than it should for someone who is supposed to be, you know, a professional and all that, but, yeah, fuck it. I think it happens to everybody, and the people who are like, it never happens to me, they're just full of shit. think a lot of artists get too caught up in trying to act like they are not capable of making mistakes when like making mistakes is
Artists
like
out there like that?
90%. Oh yeah, yeah. There are a lot of artists that like they're like, oh yeah, no, I never had problems doing this thing. Only the scrub would have problems doing that thing. It's like,
I'm such a scrub then.
yeah, it's like, man, fuck off. Like, that's just part of it. Like,
Yeah,
this is
learning and
easy.
stuff like that.
It's never easy. It's not. If it was easy, then like literally everybody would be doing this shit. Like, it
Well, I've
takes
lived up to you
years.
literally since I met you. So like you are on a very like high pedestal to me. You know, art stuff. So
And I appreciate that, but also I know that the more you get into this, the more you're gonna realize that like the differentiation between us is nowhere near as much as you thought it was in the beginning. That's
there is a big differentiation.
there's not. There's really not. Like it's there's just not. There's not. I promise you there's not.
Like, oh my gosh, when you started, or like when I really got into it, because like it was really thanks to you that I really got into it. Because I felt like I was drawing to like draw, but you're just like, no, turn this into something. And like that's what inspired me. Like you telling me to turn this into something, not just like this personal. Like I was a closet artist, a closet artist. I was afraid. I would not. I would never come out with it. I was afraid to tell people like I drew. Um, you know what I mean? I just like, I just didn't think I was good enough. I was just like, you know, my stuff is just like, eh. Who's gonna care about it? Who's gonna, you know, everyone can do this. You know what I mean? I literally thought everyone could do this. Like, so it's not special in any way that I can do this.
That's that's just kind of like the curse of an artist like in our area. I know a lot of artists in our area who are the same way because you don't have anything to compare what you're doing to. That's literally the hardest part is trying to be like, am I okay? Am I good at this? Do
Yeah.
I? Because you don't have anybody to ask. It's different, you know, if you're like, if you work construction or something, like, there's always somebody to ask. Be like, hey, like, did I build this deck right? And they're like, yeah, no, you did all right, or you know, no, kill yourself. But like for what we do,
Escalated.
well, oh yeah, sorry. But for what we do, there's just not a lot of that where we live. No,
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Like, yeah. The one I already told you about this. I can't say names because doxing her or whatever. But this student in high school that I went to school with, she would bring everyone down that could draw. Like, she proclaimed herself as the best artist in this stupid school, and that no one like, you know, was good. She was the only one. Um, you know what I mean? And like, she literally crushed dreams, is what I heard. Like, some people told me, yeah, she straight up told them, like, yeah, you should draw it all. Like, you should give up. Like, who does that? That's so terrible.
Yeah, that's there are artists out there who are like that, but generally they're only like that because they're kind of insecure about what they're doing, or because
I mean, I was insecure, but I like just was a closet artist. I was just like, don't tell anyone.
yeah. Well, and some people get treated that way by artists, and like someone they look up to might treat them that way, so they think, you know, they might think that that's how you're supposed to treat people. There are people who just don't know how to act. Like, just because you're good at something doesn't mean you're not a trash person. That's one of the hardest things to learn about something like the art world. But really, it's anything. Like, anytime you've got someone you look up to, in something that's skill based, like, just because they're good at what they do doesn't mean they're not trash. So, like, take it for what it's worth when someone says something, and find the people who who aren't gonna trash you and try and tear your shit down
Yeah.
without offering some kind of like constructive use. Like I am fine with people. Like I honestly I love people who will look at my work and they're like, you know what? You could really improve on like your hands, or you could improve on something specific. Yeah, like give me something specific. But if you're just like, God, it was trash, then it's like, okay,
and
like
then there's no reasoning for it. Like
yeah, that's not helpful. So the only reason you would say that is to make yourself feel better, because you're not helping me at all.
Yeah.
Like go put that in a Google review and make $1 off of it. I don't need to hear it. Like,
sad reality.
Yeah. But I don't know. That's not how anyone has ever treated me, so I've never felt like that's how I want to treat anybody.
And, like, that's what I respect about you, because you know, really inspired me. And then, like, what I really love is, like, when people tell me, like, you inspire me, and, like, because of you, I want to do something. And I'm like, I don't know, it just feels so good that I can inspire other people. And I'm glad I can. And
yeah, I just
like bringing people down, you know, that's just, you know, it's just disgusting to me.
yeah, it's so pointless. It's so utterly pointless.
Yeah, because this girl, she brought people down. She was making sure she was crushing dreams. Like, girl, you can share this dream. Like, but she was really good too, which was disappointing. Like, she was really good at her own thing, and then like. Then her insecurities kind of got into it, like, you know, you're good at this, and I'm good at this. And I'm like, oh, well, you don't have to, like, we're good at our own thing, of course, but, like, you made it sound like, you know, it's your thing. Like, other people can be good at something else, too. Like, she's like, you're not good at anything else but this. It's basically what she tried to assign my, you know, I guess she assigned my art for life, I guess. Like, she was just like, yeah, I know, it's crazy. It's like, people like this exist, and it's like, I think I know, like, do you know who I'm talking about? I feel like you don't, but like, I've told you about this.
Like, you've told me.
Yeah.
But that mentality to me is just, it's insane, because it's so rare to encounter anything like that in the professional world, because one, if anybody who ever listens to this or is listening in the future, the past, whatever, if you want to be a professional artist and you are not just beyond amazing, and even if you are beyond amazing, odds are the last thing you want to do is not be cool. And I don't mean like you're just not cool. I mean like you want to be someone that other people want to be around and work with, because if you're not, they'll go with someone who is maybe technically not as good as you are, but does give people anxiety to work with them. Like, you do not want to be the person that people are like, yeah, they're really good, but I don't want to work with them. And that's what people like the one you're describing end up being like in the professional world, like outside of the scholastic arena of like, oh, I won awards for this. It's like, that's cool. Is anybody going to pay you and want to be around you when they're paying you? Like, because that's to me, that's really what matters. And maybe you can be like an amazing independent artist and like you don't need people to pay you and you can just sell your own shit, but that's a hard knock life.
Yeah. So like, sometimes when I look back, I'm like, wow, I've been drawing comics forever. And there's this like teacher that was like, hey, you have a project and you can literally, it's like doing a new type of media. You can portray this, okay, so it's on Hamlet. You can portray Hamlet in a different way. Like, and I chose comics. Like, that was I'm like, I'm gonna make a comic, like, of like my Hamlet version, you know, or whatever. And I drew it out, and it was all pencil and everything, and she thought it was so cool. She hung it up on the freaking board, alright? And I was like, oh my gosh, someone actually likes my stuff, and she's hanging it up and everything, and, you know, no other project was hung up but mine. I was just like, oh my gosh, I feel so flattered. And, so apparently, you know how we change classes and stuff like that? Apparently my ex was in the same class as this girl, and So he would tell me, he was like, yeah, apparently she was shit talking you the whole time. Like telling like, yeah, this is not even that good. Blah, blah. She was basically just throwing this little comic I made, put all this heart and soul into it because I really like, comics and stuff like that. Like this one project, I was proud of. Because I rarely put effort into like school assigned stuff. But come on. Like this I put actually blood and sweat into. Come on. Yeah, comics are blood and sweat, okay? Like it's a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
And she was just trash talking it like the whole. She was just like, she's a very social person, so she's obviously saying it to a general audience. Like it was kind of before class, so like teachers probably not in there yet, stuff like that. And she's just saying all these bad things about it, and I'm just like, dang, that's like, I wasn't hurt by it because I know her. And I'm just like, that's just a lot of shade and hate, that unnecessary shade and hate. Like, you can just feel the insecurity when she did that. And I'm just like, oh, it's not, it's something I would like to do. And if the teacher liked it and put it up there, that's her choice. Like, but she was just kind of justifying why it shouldn't be up there and all that stuff. And that, I don't know, that was just too much effort.
Yeah, it's sad.
And it's like I said, it's a shame because she's really good. Like she's really good at what is it? The photographic, like where she can like see
the photorealism stuff.
Yeah, she can see it. But like when it comes to originality, that's not her strong point. She can't really get like certain things or body parts. Like she's probably 100 times better than today. But when I knew her, she could like basically copy and paste on a piece of paper.
Which is an impressive skill set.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is, because not shit talking that. I'm just saying it was impressive and stuff like that. But when it came to originality, that wasn't her strong suit. Her strong suit was definitely like doing that, copying pasting, like having that visual, like, hey, I can actually exactly make it exactly like what I see. You know what I mean? And that in itself is a skill. Is it called observation skill? It's not that. It's like there's a term for it, like where you can do that. Where you can definitely like exactly replicate a picture.
Yeah.
And like what made me mad is, of course, she ended up dating this guy too, but I can't give names. She dated this guy. He was the same one where I was telling you about how I made those magic cards or whatever, those custom magic cards, and he's like, no, these are only worth $5.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and like I'm like, no, I actually put like work into it and stuff like that. Why don't you just ask someone else to draw something for you for $5 and see what they give you? Like, are you asking me for my skills and stuff? And I'm not, no, I'm not accepting $5 for this hard work. Like, this is not. And it was like, it's not like it's realism or anything like that. It's like, that is why you dated that girl. I swear. It's like anything like beyond outside. Like, I don't know why he's so narrow-minded, but it's like after he dated that girl, it was like all he could think about was like, no, real art is like realism, stuff like that. That's hard work. That's like actual art. That's what gets paid like a lot of freaking money if you can like replicate. I'm like, that's a different type of art. There can be other arts that's like paid the same way. That's so naive and like narrow-minded of him to say that.
That's that's kind of a classic position a lot of people have held. Is like there's only one thing that constitutes art, and if you're not doing this thing, it's not art.
Oh yeah, that was definitely him. And it's like he based that belief, I feel like, off of like obviously the girl he dated, because it just seemed like no wonder they dated to me. I just could not get that out of my head. Like, no wonder they dated. Like I feel like whatever she drew constituted as quote unquote real art. What I did, which was probably the same amount of work, but more of something else, not exactly what she does, didn't constitute as art. Like,
yeah. But that's the great thing about high school, is it only happens once and you never have to, deal with it. Same thing. Like, it happens once and then you don't have to deal with any of that shit ever again.
Yeah.
Like,
these are the same people that I went to the high school with, so still bringing over drama from high school.
Alright, that's it. I've gone over a bit, but I wanted to finish the page up. So.
Wow, I actually finished around the same time you did, so
Nice.
that's rare. So I'm gonna call it 2. But yeah, we'll be back on tomorrow, right? I'm doing like a sus scene where like she's whispering in his ears, like.
Oh, I like that.
Not
Got her eyes.
Ears,
Yeah, no, I like it.
Yeah.
Looks good. Yeah. Same bat channel, same bat
Yeah.
time tomorrow, I suppose.
Yep. There'll be more story time tomorrow, hopefully.
Yeah, and tomorrow, I can probably go longer.
Wait, what's
so,
tomorrow?
Thursday.
Oh, tomorrow's Thursday. Oh, I have to work that night, so I
Are
can
you
probably
sure?
sit on for a little bit. Okay, don't pull that. Don't pull that. I have announcements coming too, which I haven't told the public. So
Yeah.
I'll get there. I will get there, but until then,
I got you.
yeah, I will do a little bit tomorrow with you.
Sounds good. I might try and knock the rest of this out tomorrow. That'd be a fun thing to go into the weekend with.
Be productive, man. Be productive.
Yeah.
Put it on the
Or
right
if I
next
can-
time.
if I can knock the backgrounds out tomorrow, then I could actually I could start shading. That'd be fun.
Oh yes. My friend wants to see how you shade, so that'll be a good lesson. Are you doing that tomorrow?
No, I'm gonna finish out the backgrounds tomorrow. Try
Tomorrow,
to
okay.
finish that, and then maybe Friday I'll do I'll start shading.
Okay.
So that'd be fun. And I won't have to compete with you for your viewers. I'll just take them.
You can take my viewers. There's enough to share. I'm not one of those artists. No, there can only be one. You can only be fans of one person. No, share the love, guys. Share the love. Alright, goodbye.
Later. And that's it for me. Have fun, everybody.